I'm killing two birds with one stone today. I won't go into details, but the car's dead. Enough of that, don't want to think about it. So I'm combining having a little walk with going and feeding the chickens. Very hilly, but what do you expect? We're just coming up to the top of Dunstable Downs here. Nice view there across the vale. Back down there to Dunstable. And we're just about to come up onto the Five Knolls, where we've been before, haven't we? I think it was what was the video called? It was following the ancient trackway. We're following quite a bit of that ancient trackway today, actually, to get over to Kensworth. Here we go. Look, here's our round barrows, bowl barrows, whatever they are. Pretty much up the top of the downs here, look. Just need to walk a bit further in that direction across the burial mounds, and then we'll turn left onto Isle of Wight Lane. Now that's actually a private road and it's gated off, so you can't drive down there unless it's access. But Isle of Wight Lane does appear to be the route of the ancient trackway. And I've never walked all the way down there before. I've walked a few metres down and just had a peek to see what's going on. But I've never walked from the top of the downs to Kensworth via Isle of Wight Lane. It'll be interesting to see what's going on. I know there's a little bit of industrial stuff down there, but we'll see. I tell you what, I actually feel a little bit guilty following the path, because the path just carves up these ancient monuments, doesn't it? Tottenham Castle, Warden Hill, Sundon Pit, Ivanhoe Beacon, Edlesborough Church, just. Surprisingly quiet up here today. Dunstable Downs is usually rammed on a day like this. Good walking weather this, actually. Nice and bright and warm. But that cool breeze, that's perfect. That's keeping me at just the right temperature for the relatively long walk. A bit more than I usually do. I can't help but feel that poor, is it a guy, is it a lady? That poor hiker down there is probably feeling that they've bitten off a little more than they can chew. Despite promising not to complain about the car, and by the way, it's not all doom and gloom, I've got it booked in with a man I trust. I've just got to wait a little while for his services. That's the way it is if you want to be picky about who works on your car, you know. What I am going to moan about, what I'm disappointed about, I really, really wanted a pork pie to bring with me for my lunch. And I stopped in two shops on my way out of town, and neither of them had a flipping pork pie, so I ended up buying those silly little cheap, horrible, really nasty, salty little Swedish meatball things. And I've got a nasty feeling they've got chicken in them. And as a chicken keeper, for ethical reasons, I don't eat commercial chicken that's come out of that system. So I've got a bit of a dilemma there. I'm starving. I've got half a packet of chocolate biscuits, and I've got a bottle of Desperados for when I get to the allotment. That's my little reward. And these meatballs, I don't know whether to eat them or not. I've got a nasty feeling I probably will. I'm not going to think about that until the hunger really kicks in. It's getting a bit busier over this end, but even so, surprisingly quiet. I don't know if the camera's picking it up well or not. It probably is. It's just difficult to tell on the screen here. There's a lot of blackthorn growing down there. If you can see the patches of white blossom on some of those shrubs, and there's more of it down there, can see even more of it on the hillside over there. I'm not going to go cutting any from here, obviously, but as we walk down Isle of Wight Lane, if I spot any decent ones, I've got a nice little saw with me. We'll see if we can find anything nice on the way. Just as I'm in danger of getting completely swamped and overwhelmed by tourists, the Isle of Wight Lane is just through there. In fact, I'm not even going to go that way. Just up there is where I want to be. Now this is Isle of Wight Lane. I am 100% convinced a part of that ancient prehistoric trackway, and nobody knows how old that is. You'll have to go and watch the video to see it all. I know that somewhere along here there's a little industrial bit, you know, like a little industrial estate of some sort. I don't know what else to expect though. I know we've got the quarry to the left of the road there. That's Kensworth Quarry in there, and then to my right it's farmland all the way to Studham. You can see behind me just there, you can probably hear his generator. There's a bloke set up at the side of the road with a little generator running, and he's set up some sort of interesting looking antenna. He's tied it to the gate. I don't know what he could be doing. Absolutely loads of blackthorn here, but this is all a bit on the big side. You don't find the nice straight sticks that you want generally amongst this sort of thing. This is all a bit on the big side, all very bendy. I can see plenty more of it up ahead, and I've actually spotted some nicer bits of hawthorn, to be honest, so don't know, maybe I'll go in with a bit of that. And there's some lovely straight bits of hazel there as well. But I'm getting too distracted here. I didn't come out looking for wood, did I? Sod the wood. I'm supposed to be walking to the allotment. It's all starting to come to life, isn't it? Along the verges here you've got, there's hedge mustard, dog's mercury, nettles, some sort of umbilifer. They're all starting to come through. I don't know when the last frost date is, actually. I need to look that up, because I've got potatoes ready to go out. Really good thick hedgerows these are, and they're buzzing with birds. We're approaching Kensworth now. First couple of houses just starting to appear. And then I said there was a little industrial area. There's a little plastics place here. Now I was referring to that ancient trackway following this old route, and it does actually look quite a lot along here like a hollow way, doesn't it? You know how old hollow ways are. Although back there you couldn't really see it going through the fields, now we're approaching Kensworth, it's actually pretty obvious. I've just passed some really lovely big out of the way houses back down the lane there as we approach Kensworth. And it's beautiful down here, it's so quiet. Lovely great big houses. But as we went past, I saw a few of the, well, a couple of the people who lived in these houses. And they are the last people on earth I'd want to live anywhere near. It's a shame, isn't it? All the really nice places, the people who live there, you probably wouldn't want anything to do with. Nearly at the allotments now, which I'm quite pleased about, because it's kind of uphill all the way here, but then that does mean at least it's kind of downhill most of the way back. And I'm really looking forward to that pork pie. Oh, wait a minute, there is no pork pie. There is a shop, there's a shop just before I get to the allotments. I wonder if they've got a pork pie. No pork pies. Very nearly there. Time for a sit down. Don't froth over. Right. I'm not looking forward to the walk back, to be honest. That was lovely walking here, but I'm not sure I really fancy doing the same again. That took about 2 hours, so I was taking it really, really slowly. I'll take it just as slowly going back again, be alright. I don't know what's going on with the pork pie situation. I'm not aware of any kind of global shortage. Maybe there is. I'm not a huge fan of pork pies, but when you want one, you really want one. You know, same with chocolate. I don't eat a lot of chocolate, but if I fancy some, nothing else will do. Those meatballs, they are 40% chicken, and at £1 for 18 of them, they smell horrible. You get 18 of these for £1. I'm guessing they weren't very happy chickens, so I won't be eating that. I've got some chocolate biscuits and a bit of beer. I'll get home on sugar, I'll be alright. I'm just going to recuperate a little bit, get the chickens fed, and then make my way back. By the time I get home, I'm going to be absolutely exhausted, so I'm just going to sit back, put my feet up, and wax my sack. It needs waterproofing, you see. Just keep the rain off.